Hi there and welcome back. For those of you who are new, my name is Molly and I love creating anything that inspires me in the moment. And in that moment, it would be anything and everything fall. So we are going to create a fall themed sketchbook spread. And for this first box, I'm going to create a fall scenery, kind of as if you're just walking through the park where you're seeing all the leaves changing colors and all the fall leaves all over the ground. And you'll notice that throughout most of this spread, I am going to be using my watercolors. And that's because I feel like they just beautifully blend those fall colors together. And to finish off this piece, I go in with a glitter brush marker. And they're actually pretty cheap. They're by Deco Time, but they work really well. And with this being a fall themed spread, I knew that I'd want to add a few falling leaves around the page. So I thought it would be super cute to add a little kitten playing with one of those leaves. Now for our satisfying tape peel. Okay, and now to start working on our next box right here. So I saw this technique to create rain through a window, and I thought that looked really neat and I wanted to give it a go. So that's what I'm gonna do for this picture. And you can see I'm just going in again with some watercolors, and it doesn't need to be perfect because once you start adding all the rain to the window, you're not really gonna see all the details in the background anyway. So it gives you a really good effect that there's, trees and shrubs and stuff in the window without having to get too detailed with it, just for you to cover it up. Also, I'm going to add my guide for the window and remove some of this tape. You will also see me jump around from one picture to another because when you're working with watercolor, you do have to wait for stuff to dry before removing the tape and whatnot, so that way you don't ruin it. So I do jump back over to the other page and start working on a cute little banner before going back and finishing the window. And of course, gotta add a little pie down here because a lot of people enjoy eating their pie during the fall season. Personally, I'm not a huge pie person. My favorite thing to actually make, which I started making 2 years ago, I think now, is a pumpkin pie cheesecake. Oh, it tastes so good. If you haven't seen it yet, in my very last fall sketch episode that I did last year, I end up adding the recipe for that. So if you're curious to watch that video, I can add the link to the top corner for you, and I will also put it down below in the description so you can find it easier. The next thing that I'm going to draw is a fall scarf because I love a good scarf, and I actually really enjoy trying to knit my own from time to time. Even though half the time it turns out really bad. Usually there's a few holes here and there, and some of the strings at the ends end up falling off. But it's something fun to do during the fall. So I'm probably going to continue to do it, and maybe over time I'll get better. And while I was waiting for the scarf to dry to do the red layer, I decided to write Hello Pumpkin at the bottom, and unfortunately my camera died, so you did miss a little bit, but thankfully not too much. So sorry about that. Okay, and with the scarf done, I'm just going to add a few more floating leaves around the page before going in and doing the final sketch. And of course, the very last sketch that we're going to add to this spread is going to be a pumpkin. Now to add my initials to the top, and here is the final spread. I really love the colors. The only thing I wish I would have done different was make that thankful banner at the top a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Overall, this was super fun to do, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I share my next one. Bye!